All right, here we are for the first round. Couple of things. First, you can see I changed over to the old client because the other one was being annoying. And also, for those of you that noticed that I kept my Erebos as emissary in the board, that was just a mistake. I noticed it before submitting, though, and I switched it out for a Agent of Horizon. So we have an actual deck here. Do we want to play first with this deck? Yeah, I think we can still play first. This seems fine. Kind of see how our draw goes and what we're up against. Figure out if we want to run out our Leaf Crown Dryad on turn 2 or not. Sure, go ahead. Yeah, I think we can play him in there. What have you? Nylea's Presence, okay. Oh, this is going to be good. Well, potentially good. We get to play this Blood Toll Harpy and then maybe go off here. Depends on what he plays this turn. He's got to play something, though. Oh, sweet. Yep, we're definitely going to move in here because I'll take either of these trades. Well, he can only trade one, but... Yep. All right. I would like to target these two creatures. Okay, so we get to draw cards. One of the best things to do in Magic. And unfortunately, we don't have another play this turn, but that's okay. We're going to start doing this to him. Karametra's Acolyte. All right. Yeah, so the only real play we have here is to do this. Get to see 3 of his 4 cards, so we should get something pretty important to him here. Unfortunately, not his best card. Whatever he wants to truly protect, he gets to keep. But we get to take something else, so that's nice. And we can also remember that we have our Sip of Hemlock in hand, so when we look at these 3, if he's got some big fatty that we would normally worry about, we can let him have it and then just Sip of Hemlock it in a couple of turns here. Commune with the Gods, rescue from the underworld. Well, that's interesting, although this exiles, right? No, they discard that card. All right. So if we let him keep rescue, then he's going to get something back here. So we'll just take rescue here. I just don't want to get worked. I don't want to give him value. I mean, he's going to kind of go off this turn. He can pay 4 for Nylea's Disciple, gain 1, 2, 3, 4, gain 5 life, and then tap this thing for 5 mana. So, yeah, I mean, that sucks, but we've got Sip of Hemlock, so if he goes like that thing into Nessian Asp or something, we can just kill it. It's a Mistcutter Hydra. Sure. Send him in. And we're drawing quite well here, really. I think we need to use this turn to just kill this Mistcutter Hydra here. So I'm just going to attack here. He's still got the big life gain spell coming, but we can afford... He has to basically use a turn playing it here. Commune with the Gods, he sees another Decipher. That's pretty bad for us. An Ordeal, an Artisan's Sorrow, and a Triad of Fates. Well, he can cast any of these. What can he take again? An enchantment or creature? So he can take any of these 3. If he just wants to make this thing into a race, he can just take Nylea's Disciple, but it's not going to work out well for him because we're going to just out-beef him here in a little bit on the ground. So he's probably just going to gain a bunch of life and then attack with Agent of Horizons here. He can make it unblockable. All right, what did he take? I guess he's just going to cast whatever he took here anyway, but... he took Nylea's Disciple. All right, yeah, well, I see it right there, I guess, now. So I'll block here. And we see another Disciple, but he's out of cards here. But we're in an okay spot, I believe. So I'm going to run Vulpine Goliath out there. He's at 17. Yeah, we might actually not be in that great of a spot now that I think about it. So if I attack with Blood Toll Harpy, he attacks with everything. He makes this unblockable. Yeah, that's not going to work. I'm going to need to trade off Blood Toll Harpy and Leaf Crown Dryad for one of these and be able to eat the other. So now we're in a bit of an awkward spot because this Agent of Horizons is going to kill us in 3 turns. Unless we can do something about it. There's not a ton we can do, but there are a few things, I suppose. Ooh, that's one of the things right there. I could get greedy here, but I don't think I really can afford it. I want to Disciple the Phoenix away whatever he's got in his hand so that I can make sure that this time defeat happens, but yeah, that's not going to work. So I'm just going to have to do it right now. Sweet, and that puts us back up a bit in life here, and things look much better. Now, I can't cast this guy yet. I've got just one Disciple in my hand, and I, of course, can't cast that now. So that's a little bit awkward for us. Can I get away with an attack here? That's the question. Yeah, I think I can. All right, so lucky top deck for us there. I mean, not that that was our only out, but that was one of the best possible. And next turn we get to start swinging in with this because we'll trade it off for any of these guys. All right, he's going to send in the team here, so we're probably going to lose our Vulpine Goliath here, but that's okay. I guess he's got a combat trick like Dauntless Onslaught or something like that. I mean, our blocks are pretty straightforward. We block here, we block here. All right, so 4, 5. What is it? Oh, he's got Boon Satyr? Jeez, must be. All right, that didn't work out too poorly for us there, though. We've got good options here as well. We can cast... What do you cost? 2? Yeah, so we can cast Voyaging Satyr and Nemesis Immortals this turn. That seems fine. Being at 6, I'm not going to actually attack here, though. I'm going to play it a little safe. It's a little bit conservative, but Blood Toll Harpy does trade for Boon Satyr just in case. Nessian Courser doesn't do anything. And now here's a Feral Invocation, which we can use as well, hopefully down the line a little bit. For the time being, what are we looking at here? Well, I think it's time we fire off this this Disciple just to get this land or whatever it is he's got in his hand out of his hand. So let's do that. That bolsters our position quite nicely, and I think we do have an attack with Blood Toll Harpy here, yeah. Yeah, that seems fine. Question is, do we want to fire off this Feral Invocation here? No, I don't think we do. I think we can wait. I think he's going to attack me. Are you going to attack me? No, you're not. Yeah, so let's just wait on that. Here's another Disciple, so let's just make the same play again. This also sets up a potentially devastating Gray Merchant if we draw our one Gray Merchant, so that's kind of sweet. I think I can start attacking here now as well. This is a 2-turn clock as the board sits, and we've got plenty of blocking options on the ground. He has no cards in hand, so we have really no fear. He can stack up a bunch of guys on this thing, and we can take down like 3 creatures or 2 creatures or have our guy live depending on how he decides to block. This works out fine. If he throws a Boon Satyr on as well, then we're going to lose our Nemesis and take down like the Courser and the Disciple, something like that. If he throws a Boon Satyr on, though, then we don't pump the Nemesis. We just kill a Disciple and a Boon Satyr. All right, so this way he's doing 3, 6, 7. Right, so this does actually get it done for him. But I think it's still worth firing off the Feral Invocation here. I want to kill his 2 biggest things. Yeah, I think this puts us in a winning position because he has no attacks here, and we get to Nylea's Emissary up our Blood Toll Harpy next turn and 2-turn him. Ugh, never mind. Ugh, it's so annoying. Not that it's like a big deal. Like, we still have plenty of tools here, so we're fine, but it's very annoying. So let's suit this guy up and attack. Oh, he's mad at me for drawing spells. Even though we have the exact same number of lands on the battlefield. I mean, I did take a couple away from him, but... Right, he was going to attack, but he decided not to. And I think we've just got the win here. Next turn. So, yeah, I think we can just keep attacking... Yeah, I'm just going to attack with this again. Voyaging Satyr resolves. And I am going to go for it here. I do not think that he has any way to interact with this. And I believe that it is well worth the risk to just kill him here. Yeah, whatever, man. Don't let people bother you when they complain like that in the chat. All right, so what do we want to do here? I would not say that this is an amazing matchup for us, but we do get to go over the top a little bit with bigger stuff. But he kind of went off on us there with those Disciples. I mean, how much life did he gain there? He played 3 of them. He probably gained 20-something life during the course of that game. But we know the main threats that he has. So, yeah, I think we're okay here, though. This thing can be decent versus him, too, though, actually. This actually feels like pretty good with all of his 3/3s. Like, that's not bad at all. Why don't we cut, like, a Scourge Mark for that? Maybe the Warrior's Lesson. Yeah, let's cut a Warrior's Lesson here. I think that my gut tells me that, like, we're going to be in situations where he can block, and it's a question of does he or not. And now that he's seen Warrior's Lesson, he's probably like, yeah, no, we're not doing that anymore. Ooh, this is good. This should be very good against him. We didn't see any actual removal from him, so hopefully we can just get him. I mean, we've got the combo set up here, so that's kind of nice. And by kind of nice, I mean it's awesome. I think I'm just going to Disciple him here. No, I can Disciple for his whole hand later. He doesn't have the green up to cast a Boon Satyr here, so I think I can just do that. Play Agent of Fates and say go. And now if he plays, I'm just going to, like, if he plays anything, I'm just going to Scourge Mark and try to get him. I might actually Battle Master. It depends on what he plays, so that's not true, the sentence I just said. But this makes his Karametra's Acolyte a lot better. We don't really have an attack here, unfortunately, but that's okay. I'm just not going to run my guy into anything. So I'm just going to play Battle Master and say go. I mean, the worst case with Agent of Fates isn't too bad, but, like, I don't want to get blown out by Divine Verdict. I don't want to even just run it into a Boon Satyr. Like, that also doesn't appeal to me. Yeah, and there it is. He would make this trade gladly. What just happened? Ugh. That's yucky. Hunt the Hunter, but we are in a very green-based matchup here, so it's hard to blame him. He gets to keep that, and we get to get him. So let's Scourge Mark this guy up. Get rid of that. We draw a card. Yeah, we draw a card too. This gets pretty ill. And then we get to Disciple him for his hand. So let's see what he's working with here. He's got a Farika's Mender, a Disciple, an Artisan Sorrow. So the Artisan Sorrow stays no matter what. I think we just take Farika's Mender here. It's the best card in his hand by a mile. He can play Triad of Fates and it's decent, but we'll just kill it. So yeah, we just take Mender here. So what did he have? He had Disciple, Artisan Sorrow. Yeah, so we can still attack here. All right, I'll be right back, I guess. Magic Online is very fussy today. Okay, all set. So what were we doing? Hitting him. Right, okay, go ahead. And we get to follow up with 2 sweet removal spells, and any target stuff that we draw after this is going to be a straight up 1-for-1 as well. Whoa, it's weird. So, should be in a pretty good position here thanks to this Nemesis of Mortals to apply a lot of pressure. And we've got a lot of good draws that we can get as well. So it's probably just going to be a Disciple. Or a Triad of Fates, sure. Ooh. I think I like letting him keep this and take away whatever else he drew here. I think I like that better than Nemesis. I might be wrong, but I want to make sure I get value from these Disciples. And speaking of Disciples, so we still have no target for him for his Artisan Sorrow, so we just nab one of these things. And I think I just say go here. I'm gonna Sip of Hemlock this thing if he tries to go off. Yeah, that resolves. You got it. All right, we got there. So now we have attacks all over the place. This and this can now attack. So let's do that. Okay, so he takes that. So the question becomes, so I can cast Nemesis Immortals for 5, which leaves Savage Surge up. So what I would do in that case is just leave it up and then basically just target Agent of the Fates to get something. Which maybe I should have just attacked with this too. You know, I bet you I should have. Because if he blocks with both, it's like, sure, kill both your guys. You know, yeah, that was a mistake. So a little bit sloppy. Well, maybe not sloppy, but poorly planned there. So the question now, though, is do I just Sip of Hemlock here, or do I Nemesis of Mortals and leave up Savage Surge? I think I like... I mean, he is going to get to kill this, but it'd give me 2 cards, so let's play Nemesis Immortals and say go. So he's going to... Oh, is he just going to start blinking Disciples? No, he's actually going to give me a bunch of cards here. Well, that's interesting. All right, well, I'm probably just going to Agent of Fates here. Nylea's Presence, sure. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's just use this thing as a removal spell. So he's going to get rid of Nylea's Disciple, and then we'll Sip of Hemlock. He does get to kill our Nemesis, but we get to draw 2 cards. I'm not going to say that I'm super thrilled with that. I actually kind of want to keep the Nemesis around a little bit more, but drawing 2 cards is awesome, so we'll take it. Oh, we get a Time to Feed as well. Time to Feed doesn't do what we want here, though, because he can respond. So let's just Sip of Hemlock, make him do it. We'll draw our cards. We get to attack him for a bunch this turn, too. He's at 15. Oh. It looks like he got frustrated and quit. All right, well, I'll take it. So we'll see you guys in the second round.